Hi everyone, I want to teach a new grammar topic today because I've been looking at our writing that we've done so far this school year, and I've noticed most students are making a very big mistake. The topic we're going to be talking about today is something called run-on sentences, and I'm going to explain what that is, what those are in this video, and some strategies on how to identify them in our writing and correct them. So, for example, I have a sample section of a story here. You might remember it from when I shared my story, Bed Bugs, and I have it written here as if I was making the same mistake as you guys were. I'm going to read it exactly how it is written here, and I want you to listen carefully as to how I read it so you can have an idea of what is the problem here with my writing, okay? Listen carefully to how I read this, okay? One evening, I was trying to sleep in my room in Honduras, and the sound of the rain was very loud, but it helped me to relax, and then suddenly I felt something on my face, so I jumped up and brushed whatever it was off of me, and then I turned on the light and looked around the room, and under my pillow was a tarantula. Okay, I'm out of breath. That was difficult. In case you didn't realize, I didn't stop when I was reading because there was no punctuation. There was nothing telling me when to take a pause. And a lot of you guys are doing this. You guys are just going on the computer, typing and typing and typing, and you're not including the proper punctuation. Some of your sentences are too long, and that's why they have the name run-on sentences, because they run on and on and on and on, and they never stop, and it makes it very difficult to read. So here's a couple tips on how to fix that in your writing. I have a few rules here that would be a good idea to copy these rules down in your notebook so you have them for reference. The first rule is make sure when you're done writing something, reread what you wrote carefully. As you're reading it, if there's supposed to be a pause as you're speaking, that means that you need punctuation. It could be a comma, it could be a period, it could be a question mark or an exclamation point. But when you read it carefully. Maybe even have a friend read it carefully to help them kind of realize where there should be a pause. Those are the places you need punctuation. Step 2. Sometimes these are some clues that I give you to help you to decide when you need to separate a big long sentence into maybe 2 or 3. Sometimes you'll see the words so, but, then, or and. Those are sometimes clues that you need either a comma or a period. And we'll look at some examples in a moment. Rule number 3, do not combine more than 2 sentences with a comma. You can combine 2 sentences together with a comma. Each sentence is called a clause, but you can't have more than 2. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. That's not the correct way to write it. The last rule I want you guys to remember is make sure sentences start with a capital letter and end with punctuation. This is not something new, but for some reason a lot of students are making these mistakes. When you do all these things clearly, when you separate your sentences with punctuation and you include commas or periods when you're supposed to take a pause, it just makes it easier to read and easier to understand. And that's the whole purpose of writing, is to have someone understand the story that you're telling. So following these rules will help you get rid of run-on sentences in your writing, and it will make it easier for people to understand what it is you write. Okay, I'm going to pause this video now because I'm only allowed to make videos that are 5 minutes long. I'm going to make a second video which will show me applying those rules to this example to show you how I would fix this crazy run-on sentence. The way it's written, it's just one sentence. We need to fix that. So watch the next video to see how we can fix that.